Hey, Every, it's me, Kate, from the fucking podcast survey program that I remember the name of. Thanks for listening, everybody. Got a fun one this week, and also we've got a green room, a new green room episode coming out this weekend. Remember, you can support the show for just $5 a month at groupastrike.net to get access to our bonus episodes on non-Deltarune topics. I really appreciate everyone's support so far. And now you're going to hear a little clip of the exclusive new Black Knife remix by our guest that will be debuting at the end of the episode. You can also, if you're just here for the song, you can find the timestamp in the description to skip there. But yes, music by Hywell.
Hold your breath, it's just begun.
Hey everybody, welcome to Survey Program, and I just want to tell you guys, I have done catastrophically, I've done so little thought for this episode. I have not been thinking about Deltarune at all, and it is the fault of, we had Slay the Spire 2.
Oh my god,
2
yeah.
weeks ago, and then we had Pocopia come out, and so what's happening to me these last few weeks, like free time wise, just it cannot be allowed to happen again. It's so bad.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's been caught up by Slay the Spire 2. Up until Slay the Spire 2's release, I have been playing Slay the Spire 1, just because it's so fun.
Yeah.
I haven't fully beat the game yet, mainly because I just really enjoy playing the Silent so much. I've just been doing a bunch of runs with her, and I haven't even touched the defect yet, which I know everyone loves, and I can't wait to see, like, how it works.
I'm also a Silent partisan.
I love the Silent so much.
So look, here's the thing. I think this is on topic. This is sometimes a general indie gaming podcast, and this is, I think Slay the Spire 2 selling 3 million copies or 5 million or however fucking many million it sold is a pretty big deal for indie games. It's great. But adding that new mechanic to the Silent has just been so good. It took me a while to figure out the new classes. I couldn't get my head around. I was like leaning on my experience with the returning ones, but the new ones, it took me a ton of tries to get a win.
I haven't even touched the new folks yet because I keep getting the worst possible luck with the Silent, because I've been trying to just get a win with each character as I go, and it's messing me up so badly that I keep doing like builds that I know are good and I'm doing great, and then like at the last boss I'll get the worst pulls of all time and worst hands of all time. I'm just like, where'd all my luck go? Where did it all go? This is gambling. This is just gambling.
Yeah.
I can't win.
All right. But the point of this episode is not Slay the Spire 2.
Unfortunately.
It's Slay the Spamton 2. We're finally talking.
We're not gonna kill him, but
we're not gonna. We're not gonna kill him. But we are talking about Spamton, everyone's favorite salesman, Spamton.
Yup.
And so, look, I think Spamton is far and away the most iconic and popular character from Deltarune. And I guess the real question that I have for you is, how the fuck did we get here? How did we get here to where that's the case?
I think people just like a little guy. A weird little guy. I think it speaks to people in many different ways to just see this weird little guy who they can either laugh at, or they're just like, yeah, I kind of want to just fuck that, and all come together and be like, yeah, I like this guy. He sucks, and I love him. I think it's sort of like that. I think, yeah.
And so we did do an episode about sort of Sans and how Sans took off, and I feel like, we talked a little bit about like what makes a Tumblr sexy man in that episode. Yeah. And I guess for me, it's always surprising I guess it's a little surprising to me that I think Sans totally made sense for that archetype, right? Like, he's a He's a kind of cool, nonchalant guy who,
Yeah.
you know, I like Sans anyway. For me, I guess it was pretty surprising that Spamton took off, and I think it was a bit of a surprise. Like, I don't necessarily feel like Spamton was like intended to be like the breakout character so much.
Oh no, definitely not. Even Toby was surprised by that. So like, this was definitely a surprise for everyone.
And so what? So is Spamton a Tumblr sexy man or is he a blorbo? And could you explain to me the difference between those two things?
Okay. So I think he could be literally either of those, because there are when chapter 2 started, when it first dropped, I was kind of at the epicenter of the Spamton like explosion. I was reading fanfic like 24/7 basically at that point, because I was just like,
oh shit, you know what, I know you so well, we didn't even introduce you. Hold on. Well,
hi.
This is a great, we've got Goomy here, we've got the show musician finally in front of the mic instead of lurking in the shadows.
Yep.
It's great to have you on. And so you're talking about your background with the game. I think this is tell me about your background with Deltarune.
Yeah, let me just start from there. So Deltarune, I guess, I gotta start with Undertale. So Undertale, I found out about from Toby, basically, when I was following Toby from Homestuck. And from that, I was following his Twitter, and I was just like, oh shit, this game looks really cute. I'm gonna play this. And then it fucking changed my entire life. And I'd been following it until, I want to say, like, 2016, where, like, college went insane for me. Completely forgot about it, dropped it. And then 2018 came around. And I was just like, I wonder what they're doing over there on the, like, finding out what the hell is going on with Gaster's side of stuff. Because I was, like, watching the beginnings of people kind of, like, figure out, like, what's going on in the game's code and stuff like that. There's some, like, hidden stuff over there. And then I dropped it because school was getting, like, kind of intense.
Yeah.
So I started looking into it in the beginning of October 2018. 3 weeks later, Toby Fox drops Chapter 1 of Deltarune. and so begins my obsession with Deltarune and Gaster. That has not stopped since. So this game has it's very dear to me, because I found it at, like, the literally perfect time. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, Chapter 2. I'm gonna, like, trail off a bit. Just gonna let you know, my brain is ADHD hardwired. So, if I trail off and you want to get me onto the right track, just do it.
Just cook. Tell me about your experience with Chapter 2.
Yeah. So Chapter 2. I think I had been at work when I was watching the live stream, which I shouldn't have been watching that at work, but I made it work. Made it work anyway. And I think I had gotten home just in time for him to announce that they were just, like, shadow dropping Chapter 2. I think it was, like, the next week after that, or was it, like, a few days after? I can't remember when the anniversary live stream was. It was within, like, the next week of that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit, this is gonna be insane. And then I don't know if you remember. This is back when I was trying to start streaming a bit, like, on Twitch, and I played through Chapter 2 with, like, a whole bunch of people on call.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was a great time.
That was super fun. I'm very sad I lost the VODs for that.
Yeah, if you want to watch it, too bad, fucker. Yeah, you weren't there.
Yep. Also, it's probably for the best, because the sound on that was insane after I watched it back. You couldn't hear me at all, but you could hear Serena. You could hear you. You could hear a bunch of other people, but you couldn't hear me. So
look, we've been spending years and years pioneering the worst possible audio setups for podcasting or live streaming or whatever. Speaking of which, my heater is running in the background, so I'm going to go turn that down while you continue.
Well, I can't hear it, so hopefully no one else can hear it. So where was I? Chapter 2. Yeah, basically, I played through the game with everyone on stream. And I remember my reaction to Spamton so vividly, just being like, "What the absolute fuck is this thing?" Like I experienced visceral a visceral recoil when I was like playing through like the first interaction with him.
It's so arresting, isn't
was
it?
just, like,
It's one of those
it was-
great first playthrough moments for sure.
It really is, which is why I'm a little bit sad Spamton is like basically spoiled for everyone nowadays, because it's such a fun like first thing to see. Like his first interaction is so like it's gonna make you hate him. Definitely. Even if you end up like loving him at the end, you're gonna be like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. I mean, remember like Germa running into him for the first time? That shit was so great.
Oh god, yeah. It was so funny. Oh my god. But
And so so walk me through then, like, because he's initially really creepy. I would say my first
100%.
reaction to Spamton is really creepy, and I think, obviously he ends up being the secret boss. But if you're, I think our first playthrough, I think, you just see that sort of one interaction with him, and maybe you visit his shop, maybe, right? But you don't find the deeper secrets. And so on first reaction, I was like, that's a weird minor character, right? He's going to get treated like the many weird minor characters. But I think at that point, coming into chapter 2, the fandom obsession was Jevil, right?
Yes.
And that made a lot of sense to me.
It made a lot of sense, but it wasn't hitting a peak like with Sans. People were yearning for a new Sans, basically.
Yeah.
And
And
I think the level of people yearning was at this point, this boiling point, where people saw Spamton, and I think it literally just it turned into him being like the new fandom, like full obsession.
And it's funny because I think, after my first playthrough, when I had done it, when I hadn't done the secret boss or anything yet, I think I would have said that the like fandom obsession, I think if you asked me right then, like, who's going to be the fandom Tumblr sexy man, I would have said Swatch.
Yeah, right?
That's what I would have said.
I also think that Swatch just had just a little bit less amount of time on screen to actually be like a sexy man. Because I always feel like there has to be a certain ratio of like being a side character to being a main character or a nothing character in order to like hit that like Tumblr sexy man, like, or does that Tumblr blorbo like perfect point. Like,
and
like
and of course,
Swatch, yeah.
I'm not into men, and so my real takeaway was I was obsessed with Queen coming out, and so I did kind of resent Spamton for a little while. I'm like, you've got like a solid gold feast in Queen coming out of chapter 2, and you guys are focusing on the literal garbage guy.
To be fair, like, I feel like everyone loves a steaming trash pile.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, and this was
a train wreck, so I
this
feel
was
like
sort of this was like contemporary with Harry du Bois, right?
yeah, yes, 100% for sure.
and so, but also it's interesting to me as well, because I feel like a key part of like popularity for random like male blorbos is yaoi potential, but
100%.
there wasn't, so correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going based on memory here, there wasn't really much of that in Deltarune prior to chapter 3, right?
That's correct.
They didn't have anyone to fixate on. I mean, who were they shipping Spamton with?
So it was Swatch at first.
Okay, yeah,
and
that makes
then,
sense.
And then people started getting more, they started seeing like the more hidden stuff about like Spamton and like whoever Tenna was. And they're kind of like, ooh, what if they had like a heated rivalry or something? Which turned out to be basically... Yeah, they did. 100%. But that's like exactly why... where was I going with this? I'm sorry. See, this is an example of my train of thought.
No worries. But I'm like, yeah, who are they shipping? I mean, who are they shipping Spamton with? Because
it was Swatch. Everyone was shipping him with Swatch.
Because I know
And like
the
sometimes
big yaoi thing early on was like Jevil and Sham, which is, you know, obviously Sham's non-binary, so don't yell at me, please.
it's fine. I think it still counts as yaoi because
Yeah.
I think people consider it's old man yaoi basically.
Yeah, exactly. You can have non-binary yaoi. You can have non-binary yuri. The world is a beautiful place. Open your goddamn minds, people.
That's correct.
And so, but then obviously, I do think like obviously Spamton took off like crazy, right?
Yeah.
You know, Spamton became Spamton became, you know, he entered that canon of I guess alongside like Harry du Bois of like, you know, being these like comedy fail men that people were into, and they always, and you know, there's that like famous tweet that's like, I started playing, it's like a screenshot of Spamton's first appearance, and it's like, I started playing this, I thought this was like a tall sexy guy, what do you mean he's this little goblin?
Yeah, that's right, I forgot about that one. I feel like that's so many people who don't know anything about Deltarune, that's what they think of him. They do not understand that this is just a little a creature basically.
And the I feel like after like the real big breakout, obviously the team responded, right? And we got the between chapter 2 and 3, we got the Spamton sweepstakes. And so tell me a little bit about the sweepstakes.
Oh my god, I have to also explain. So around the same time, a funny little YouTube thing happened, or I guess it could also like a Twitch stream. You know, Half-Life VR AI, like the self-aware. Everyone knows about that shit.
If you don't, you gotta check that shit out.
Yeah, please. Kate, put a link to that, please.
Yes, I will.
Like,
because this was an obsession for our whole friend group. I think I was.
Oh my god!
I think we were speaking basically only in quotes from this thing.
Yes, for a very long time.
Look, Gordon, ropes.
Ropes. Hello,
You know,
Gordon.
I mean, like I had, look, I had top surgery, you know, last year, and I was like, I still in my head, I was like, tits, big ones. Hotted boobs ahead, Gordon.
Literally, it has permeated our this like our minds. Like we'll never forget these lines. This is just But it was like early 2020. The Half-Life VR streams happened. It was Wayne Radio TV and his friends, just doing like basically what I consider the next step to machinima. Just live acted like role play in video games, and obviously that took off. And Toby Fox, he noticed that, and I'm pretty sure he, just like me, just like loved their sense of humor, and basically hired them to do the ending of the sweepstakes, the Spamton sweepstakes, that happened a year after Chapter 2 came out. Which was benefiting, I believe it was the COVID-19 like fund, like relief fund.
Yeah,
I can't remember exactly what charity it was, but I got a T-shirt from that.
The Spamton, yeah, this they were for Child's Play, right?
Oh, was it Child's Play?
I think it was for Child's Play.
Okay, it was either that one or it was Child's Play. Okay,
Child's Play is a charity that provides games and gaming systems to children in children's hospitals. It's a great charity. Really, really great.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I read up on them recently. They're doing really great work.
Yeah. And so
and
to pause you before we get to the sweepstakes, I do want to put a pin in what you said, you know, that's sort of like machinima. It's kind of like the live theater equivalent of machinima, right? Like, you know,
yes, exactly.
To you know, it's kind of interesting, you know, we're typically exposed to machinima through like you know, like Red versus Blue. We're doing some elder millennial deep cuts here, everybody. But you're you know the you know the recording sort of thing, right? And so to you know sort of do it live, it brings this like the spirit of theater into it, and it's very exciting.
Exactly, it's so much fun to just watch. I don't know, just someone play through an entire game and just it have a totally new feeling to it than when you played it. Yeah. Because it's just stupid and it's great. and so then they come in and they do this event. It's totally unlike anything we've seen from Undertale or Deltarune before. Exactly. It's this sense of humor that basically pairs with like Spamton's personality perfectly well. And now Wayne is basically the real life version of Spamton, which I think is very funny. He's shown up as Spamton A. Spamton in the was it last year's live stream? Or was it the year before? My sense of time is so bad.
He returned in the 10th year anniversary live stream last year.
Yes. Yeah, so it's kind of like it's kind of amazing to me.
Yeah.
When they were announcing that they were gonna start the live stream, they didn't say what it was gonna be or anything. But when I saw Wayne and Scorpy tweet like we're going live at the same time Fangamer said that, I like started losing my mind because at this point I like Wayne Radio TV's entire group was kind of like almost like a special interest to me because their humor had just really hit so home with me that I was just like, I gotta see what these guys are doing like 10 years from now. I gotta stick with them. They're like the funniest people I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And it's like they make it into an art that I like respect so much that I was just like, oh my god, my two biggest hyper fixations are like combining right now. And if my fiance was here, he would say like, yeah, Rudy and Goomy had like this absolute like meltdown watching this. Like I can't even remember how I was when I was watching it, other than like I felt like a high of just like seeing my two special interests just randomly just like become one thing for a little bit, and I was just like, oh my god. I'm trying to like describe it, and it's like impossible because you'd have to be in my shoes to feel it. Basically,
it was just like it was your Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh yes, there we go. That's perfect. Yep.
And so speaking of which, there's a new the famous Half-Life but the AI is sentient series and Wayne Radio TV, they got the big sequel coming up, and it's coming up today, right?
Yeah, the day we're recording this, it's gonna be in about like an hour and a half. Probably a little bit later, only because they're always prone to like having like technical issues. So I'm thinking around like 7 o'clock my time instead of like 6 o'clock my time. But I'm very excited. They've been planning this for years, ever since the beginning of HLVRAI, the first one. So it's like their budget has exponentially increased because they keep getting stuff from Fangamer to like do like this like little stupid streams to like show off stuff. So they have like the budget now, which is awesome. They're kind of like a mini Mega 64 at this point. And I can't wait to see them like go even further with this.
Yeah.
Because I fully believe they have the potential to just become like just like the same size as like maybe Germa or Vinny Vine Sauce. Which surprisingly they're not that size yet. They're still kind of like smaller streamers compared to them.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that was most disappointing to me about the chapter 3 and 4 reaction was a lot of big streamers didn't continue their playthroughs of Deltarune.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of that is because there's a ton of backseating when streamers play narrative games. It just becomes sort of untenable.
100%. Like you cannot stream those games within like the first day of it coming out unless you have like emote only chat on.
Yeah.
Or I don't think you can even disable chat fully. It has to be like emote only in subs and like verified users. Otherwise, you are getting spoiled immediately.
Yeah, and I know like our plan, I haven't even really thought through what our plan is going to be for when chapter 5 comes out, but it's like I'm definitely not live. I'm not live streaming my first playthrough. I'm going into Hermitage. I'm gonna take the day off work probably.
No, that's exactly what I'm doing. Like I this is the same thing that I do with Final Fantasy expansions. I literally just take like 2 or 3 days off of work. I lock myself in my room and I turn on my Steam Deck and I just play. And I don't let anyone talk to me.
The last time I took off work for a video game was the day of the Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake.
Oh my god. Oh god, I gotta get that. I'm getting a Switch soon. I really want to play that. I've never played the remake, or I've played the original game. I sucked at it because I was like a 5-year-old child. I want to beat it so badly.
It's Thousand Year Door is, so if you ask me what my favorite game of all time is, like on a certain day, like it depends on the day, because it's like I'll either answer Disco Elysium or Kentucky Route Zero or Immortality, but most often you're gonna get me to answer Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. It's
well deserved too. Like
I think the thing that really strikes me is actually there's a big I've been meaning to do an episode about Thousand-Year Door actually, but I think I'll just talk about it a little bit here, which is that it's one of those games where it's similar to, in Undertale and Deltarune, right? You are, one of the main motivations for you as a player is you're like hunting down every little line of dialogue you can, right? Because every little NPC interaction is funny. It's got heart, right? You go back to NPCs over the course of the game and they change, right? And everybody has their own little threads. And so it's super exciting to just, like one of your main motivations as a player is not actually just the gameplay, it's the writing, right? And so as a as a lifelong writer, that was great for me. And the thing about Thousand-Year Door is like every single NPC in the like main town area of Rogueport like has an arc. Like they get new dialogue every chapter and their stories progress over the course of the game. And they all have their own little personalities, and there's like a feature where one of your party members will like tell you about their backstory. And it's just really cool to have that experience. And growing up, that was a big impact on me. And I think it's why Undertale and Deltarune speak to me so much, and other similar narrative RPGs. And I know we've gotten so far from the point here, but
it's fine.
We're using Spamton as
you can take a backseat. It's fine.
Yeah, we're using Spamton as a cipher here, right? To just talk about broader stuff. And I guess where do we leave Spamton? We left Spamton in the yaoi zone. We were talking about how there wasn't yaoi originally with him, but now there is, right? And I feel like it's just gone to a whole new level, because now they dropped the canonical X. Like, I'm sorry, there's no way to argue anything other than they
100%.
Like,
he's like my favorite cartoon, like, sad dad. Tenna is amazing.
Yeah.
He's so close to just like ending everything and still just being like, yeah, it's all good. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. It's just, he's awesome.
He's so great. He's very Kermit he's like an even more depressive Kermit the Frog. If Miss Piggy was like a garbage man.
Yeah. That's a hilarious way of putting it. Oh my god.
But like but like having a canonical love interest, I feel like it's just, I mean, they're the leading like AO3 category for the game.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I 100% believe it, because I mean, people were already like, I just told he was giving like us little crumbs before chapter 3 and 4. Like as he was giving us crumbs for Tenna, people were already like writing fic and like drawing fan art, and already they were in those yaoi minds. They were doing their work. They were going at it. And now Toby was just like, yeah, here you go. It's basically everything that you guys wanted. Here you go. Have it, because I also want it too. So
yeah,
awesome.
if you look at the AO3 Deltarune tag, so the top tags are in fourth place with 1,405 fics. It's Chris and Susie, right?
Okay.
Chris / Susie. In third place, it's Noelle / Susie with 1,700, right? In second place, it's Chris and Susie, like the like the friendship, right? That's beautiful, by the way. I think that's beautiful. Congratulations.
Yeah, I love
the
that
tag. That's very wholesome. And then a whole 1,000 fics more, 2,968 fics. Spamton G Spamton Tenna.
It's beautiful, actually. I love. I see, like, I haven't been in the ship or yaoi mines in so long, mainly because my life is just like kind of like, I've gotten very busy with like work and stuff like that, but so it's like I don't have a pulse on the fandom as much as I used to. But seeing that be like the top fic pairing, it's just so beautiful because it's just like, it's like a sugary drink that you can't get enough of. It sucks, but you just want to keep drinking it because it tastes so good. And while you do have like a lot of like the other like really wholesome, really like wonderful ships, also getting like a lot of representation, like a 2000 fix for like Chris and Susie as like just like a friendship sort of deal like in the fix is awesome because I their friendship is so like it's so relatable.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
even as an adult now, like looking back, like I honestly I didn't have as many friends as I wish I had, but the friends I did have, I had like relationships like that with them, and it's just like it feels so real.
Yeah.
It's so wholesome and nice, and I'm
Yeah,
glad that kids growing up can have like that in
I
a video
know,
game.
right? I wish I had had a. I wish I had had these. You know, like having. I do. I'm very glad that kids growing up now have these characters to grow up with, right? And also,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad that as a as a busted ass fucking tired adult that I have Spamton and Tenna.
Yeah. Even though I would say Metaton Antenna, I think I like that a little bit better, even though that's going off of more of like just like theory right now.
Yeah,
Even
absolutely.
though
I would say it's
it
we're
is
clearly going in that direction.
yeah, it's clearly going in that direction, but we have yet to see any interaction between the both of them, like other than Metaton just being like oozing like love over this TV from behind the door.
Yeah, it's true. And definitely check out the Metaton episode that I did with Valerie if you want to hear a little bit more about the future of Tenna. We haven't I don't think there's enough Tenna to really do a Tenna specific episode. You know, I might pair it with like a queen and just do like the chapter 2 and 3 you know,
Yeah.
main bosses. Um but let me think here about what else I want to talk about with Spamton. I mean, Spamton also I do think there is a little bit of like blorbo potential with him because sort of like Sans, he seems to be connected to the deeper secrets of the game, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a key, like a key factor a Blorbo has to have. Even like a Tumblr sexy man, they have to have a layer of seriousness to them that you can't like deny, and it has to like speak to you on some level, whether it be like a sort of like a seriousness of like sort of fictional trauma or something like that, or just being so plot relevant. In a way, it like speaks to people, and that's like sort of the glue that holds the character together as a Tumblr sex fan or a Blorbo. Because I
Yeah.
use those terms kind of interchangeably because they kind of are the same thing. Blorbo is more of
I
a
think you
like
feel
all
sorry for
around.
a Blorbo more, right?
I think you could feel sorry for a Blorbo more because they do tend to have more tragic backstories
And
or more
I'm not
tragic
counting out
backstories.
that you could feel sorry for a Tumblr sexy man either. Surely that certainly that's a lot of the appeal of Sans.
Oh, 100%.
Is
Like
that
so
he's a sad
many
sack.
rump chicks for Sans out there. It's insane.
And I'd be interested, listeners, in hearing your theory on if Tumblr Sexy Man and Blorbo are different things, and if you could try to quantify what makes one and what makes the other. Hop in the
Yeah,
Discord
please.
or the YouTube comments because I would love to hear what you think.
Please, absolutely. Personally, I think it's just like a generational divide because I think Tumblr Sexy Man is just today's Blorbo, honestly.
Yeah,
Tumblr Sexy Man was like the 2012 like kind of like term, and now it's kind of just turned into Blorbo.
and I'm sure Gen Alpha are saying some completely incomprehensible term that means the same thing. Oh, that's my beloved
It's
Tung Tung Sahur.
like I think it's Pookie. I don't know.
Pookie? Are they doing Are they going back to
I'm probably
Pookie?
outing myself as like an almost 30-year-old, so like I don't know anything Gen Alpha is doing right now.
I'm 33. I don't know any of that stuff. I know there's. I don't know any. I
Songs
don't
I
know.
get are from my like 25-year and younger like coworkers now, so it's
I gotta
like
get.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea. I like back when I did the last show, I like had younger people on sometimes just to be like, "What's wrong with you?" Like I have not done that yet. This has been a powerfully like late 20s and like early to mid 30s program so far.
100%, yeah.
um maybe at some point in the future I'll be like, what is going on with the young people? I mean, it's remarkable to me because it's a game made by somebody who's my age, right? And you know, and so I do feel like it's a millennial game, like, but to have it touch across generations like this is so great.
It's like I feel like Toby has figured out what makes a childhood so like poignant. I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm pronouncing that right. And just it's something that kind of like goes across all generations, basically.
Yeah.
Especially our generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. It's something like a sort of like digital age sort of deal, where you've grown up like this, and it's just life is like this, and it hasn't changed too much. Like each generation has their differences, but like in the end, there's still one sort of deal that like kind of glues all of our experiences together that we can all sit down and be like, yeah, about.
Yeah, and I almost wonder if the like antagonistic force of a lot of the antagonistic forces in Deltarune, or at least the more, I guess, comedic ones, are almost these like reflections of like adult failure in a lot of ways, right? 100%. And I feel like that's sort of what Spamton represents, right? He's like,
oh yeah,
he's like
that weird neighbor who's just like, what the fuck is he doing?
Because, you know, Chris is very affected by the Spamton neophyte in the regular route, right? The regular secret boss. Chris seems very upset after that. And, you know, Spamton is this character that's being manipulated by the narrative in a similar way, and is, you know, the puppet of bigger forces. And there's obviously some puppet imagery around Chris as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I do wonder if you know, Spamton is sort of a reflection of like that fear of failure, or like just ending up just so far off the wrong track that you're, you know, that you've grown up and it's just a mess.
And you've just like lost who you were, basically.
Yeah. You know, the kids, you know, your main party represents sort of that fear of growing up, of like not knowing what's next in your life, right? And then like Spamton and Tenna on the other end, and then of course the like adults, like, you know, Asgore, you know, in the light world, like represent this fear of like being past it. Right? Like look at the role models in these characters' lives. It's like, wouldn't you be scared of growing up if these were the older people you were running into?
Oh yeah. Seeing Asgore around, I'm just like, oh man, I wouldn't want to be him when I grow up.
Yeah.
Seeing him jump out of a fucking like bush, the ambush.
It's not good, folks. Like, it's very bad. Now, I noticed that you have put in the outline here. No, wait. I'll save that till the end, actually, because you wanted to talk a little bit about the music as well, right? And so, Spamton popularity definitely helped out by having some incredible tunes.
Oh my god, I fully believe that Big Shot is one of the best songs currently in Deltarune. Chapter 3 and 4 really like they put out some fucking bangers that I adore, but every time I go back to listening to Big Shot, I'm just like, fuck man, this is so good. This is just like, there's some energy in it that is just like amazing that I can't get over, and I'll never be able to get over.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just so fucking awesome.
And you have some experience, you know, you've done some stuff with Big Shot, right?
With Big Shot, yeah. So, as we all know, I also do music. Instead of just being like a background character. I basically did a remix of Big Shot back in 2022, I believe. It was basically it was a trance remix. It was a whatever remix. I put it on YouTube because I was like, I'm starting out my YouTube account now. Why not? Let's put it on there. I got COVID like a week afterwards. Was recovering for like 3 weeks. I finally checked my YouTube account. I have like 1,000 followers now, and that entire video blew up like in the weeks that I was like suffering from COVID, and I was just like, what the fuck? So I have Spamton to thank for like having a bit of a following right now because people really, really love my Big Shot remix. It's very nice.
Yes, and it's great, and I'll put the link in the description there as well. And let's put a pin in your music too, because you've got a brand new track that we're gonna debut at the end of this episode.
Yep.
And so you heard a snippet of it coming in, right? You heard a little bit of it coming in. I adore this remix. It's so awesome. And so just, you know, I'll put the timestamp in the description, and I'm sure you're gonna put it up on Bandcamp before we exit as well.
I might not. I actually want to do a video for this.
Oh,
and
sick.
I have not been able to do it yet.
So it's going to be a pod exclusive for a little bit.
Yes, it's gonna be a pod exclusive for a little
Let's
bit.
go.
Yeah, let's say for about like 2 weeks. I do not believe I'll be able to get this video out next week at all. I'm doing a lyric video,
Awesome.
which is a new for me because this is like my first like full like first song with like actual like written lyrics. I guess that's not true. I have like 2 other songs with lyrics as well, but they're kind of just like maybe like a few bars of stuff. But this is like these are actual lyrics that I wrote. Like, I'm very proud of it. Like, I'm sorry I'm gonna pivot into this. I've been wanting to talk about this for a little bit.
No, please do.
But like, writing songs is making music has been such a fantastic like journey in trying to like get my own self-worth into a place that I'm comfortable with. And writing in itself is something that's very, very hard for me for like a plentiful of reasons. Like both like have dyslexia and I just am very scared of writing in general. So writing lyrics has always been something I've wanted to do desperately, but I've been too scared to do.
Mhm.
So just being able to actually like sit down and be like, let's just do this. I have this idea. Let's do it and not be scared and just put it out in the world. And people are like, or everyone I've sent it to has been like, holy shit, this is amazing. This makes me feel like, it makes me feel like I shouldn't be scared anymore. I should just continue to do this and there's nothing to be scared of.
I imagine the feelings of the theme of self-expression through music in chapter 4 was pretty impactful for you, right?
Oh, it made me cry. It made me cry so much. There's a lot of things that Toby has put in this game that have like felt like almost like personally attacking me in certain ways that I don't know. These games are so beautiful and I kind of like it's why I do these remixes. It's sort of my way of like giving back to the work. Just being saying like I love this so much. I want to make like my own rendition of this and I just want to share it with people. Yeah.
It's awesome to I know, that's my favorite thing about just stuff that makes you want to go and make stuff, when you get out of a great movie and it wants you to go, it makes you want to go pick up a camera, or you listen to a great album and it makes you want to record some music, or you play a great game and it makes you want to make a game. It's it's that's the best thing in the world when it feels like that.
It really is. It really is. And I hope that my hope with my music honestly is that I can inspire other people the same way to like want to pick up music as well and just make their own stuff. Whether it's you go professional or you just want to make something just because it's fun. Like I just hope that one day someone will say to me, "Yeah, I started making music because of you." That's my goal, honestly.
Yeah. I had a few
simple.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've had a few people reach out to me and say that they like started writing stuff because of my SCP Foundation articles, and that was like, oh fuck yeah, that's
that must be the
awesome.
best. That must be the best feeling in the world.
It's incredible, man. It's amazing. Yep. Okay, so I do have to get to this. This is very serious. There's an entry here in this outline that
Oh yes,
I think we obviously we have to discuss, which is I see this image here and it's Spamweed.
Spamweed. Yes,
Spamweed. Spamweed. Help me with Spamweed.
So Spamweed. Where do I begin with Spamweed? I keep thinking about it. It's hilarious to me because it's the stupidest thing in the world. I think it was actually the same year as the Spamton sweepstakes. Wayne did a a fax stream where you send in an image through a donation. It prints out on this fax machine that he has going set up to like I guess Streamlabs, and he'll just kind of like pick them out of a pile. And like I think he was doing like naughty or nice with them that time. And I made this image in like 5 minutes before the stream started because I didn't expect myself to actually be able to catch the stream live, but I did. And I told a bunch of friends to please donate for it because I think he had done this like a few days before or after my birthday. And I was like, let's try and get this in. Let's all get this in for my birthday. And one of them got on the stream, which I lost my mind about. I think there was a clip of him being like, taking one out of the pile and be like, spamweed. And I think it didn't go into fire. I think it didn't get burned up. So I'm very happy about that. This image is just a meme. You know when you have like a meme that is just a meme to yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like it's just like one of those things where it's like I see this image and it's hilarious to myself. I know no one else is probably gonna get like the in joke for it because it's very personal to me and maybe like two other people. So it's just I like to post it whenever like Spamton's relevant. It's funny to me.
I absolutely understand that. There's like this tweet about like Great Lakes shipwrecks that is like my personal favorite post of all time. That it's just like it's just my thing.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like I drew this and I think it's the funniest thing in the world and I'm just gonna post it. I'm gonna see whoever else likes it. Probably no one else, but it's funny to me.
Should I make Spamweed the cover for this episode?
Oh, I was gonna ask you to do that. Yes, please.
All right. Well, I think we've expanded the outline. Oh, wait. What do you expect for Spamton moving forward? Because I was shocked. Spamton reappeared, right? Like Spamton ended up being talked about. Ended up actually getting some dialogue and like having a secret scene in chapter 3.
Were so insistent that Spamton wasn't gonna show up, and when Spamton showed up for that damn scene, I immediately like I can't remember who I messaged. I think it was I think it was my fiance. I was like, look, Spamton's here. Spamton is actually here. He's real. He's still real. He's not just locked in chapter 2. Thank God.
Yeah.
But I was so happy to just like prove people wrong. Like I believed in him. I believed in Spamton. I knew he would pull through. Even though he kind of just like was not recognized by his ex. And then covered under a mountain of foam or bug spray? I don't know what that was.
Shaving cream?
Shaving cream? I think it seemed like it. One of those. It's like, he was still there. And that makes me very happy.
And it seems like he's gonna be sort of a, like Star Walker, right? Where you keep a certain item in your inventory and I guess you're just gonna get little Spamton moments.
Yeah, I would love that. I hope that kind of like extends to Jevil as well, because I feel like Jevil has gotten a little shafted in this sense.
Yep.
And I think Jevil is really fucking cool. Like, we cannot disregard Jevil. I want to see what kind of stupid chaos shit he can do.
Yeah.
He's so fun. And you know what? Maybe we will be seeing more of him, because, like, Toby did post some, like, pretty, like, I don't even want to say they're spoilery because they're not. He just posted them out there. He posted some dialogue stuff recently when he was saying chapter 5 is going to translation soon. And he posted like a conversation with, I believe it's between Chris and Jevil. Oh, not Jevil, I'm sorry, Chris and is it Sham or is it Seam? I always forget.
It's Sham.
It's Sham.
Spelled,
okay,
it's
good.
Spelled Seam but pronounced Sham, and that's
This is my dyslexia like acting up because I can't pronounce that thing even if I know how to. So it's like a conversation between him and Chris, and I'm just hoping that Devil makes like an appearance at some point, like because of that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jevil is the character that is like the biggest. Like, is there going to be more? I would really love to see more. That those lines definitely are like, I'm super excited for more Sham. I love Sham.
Oh yeah.
Sham's
he's
my
really
blorbo.
Cool. Yeah, Sham is so cool. There's a lot of chapter 1 characters that I'm just like, they really should come back because they're so cool. They're just really cool. Like, I'm glad Lancer's still with us. I love my little boy. I have a little plush of him. Oh my god, my plush is still at my parents' place. I have to go save him. I have to save my boy.
You gotta go save him right now. We have to end this recording right now.
Oh god. I'll just go drive over right now.
Yeah, we need a rescue mission. Stat.
All right, everyone. We're gonna take this podcast on the road now.
Let's go.
We're gonna have a... Well, no, I guess I won't tell you where I live because that wouldn't be right. We'll have an exploration via sound of where I live, and you just have to guess where I am.
I worry. I've seen the GeoGuessr guy. I worry that might be possible.
I worry that too. And you know what? There are probably ways to figure out where you are just via sound. I wouldn't doubt it.
All right. So yes, that's Spamton. That's Spamton. That's a look at Spamton in the future. I think we got it. I think we got Spamton covered.
I think we did.
You know, I guess there's just a little bit of thought of like who. Okay, actually, quick question for you: who was Phone?
Yeah. Oh God, I think. God, that's a really good question. It's one of those things where I feel like we honestly haven't seen enough yet because I can't make a like actual thought about it yet. Like I'm on the team. It's not Gaster because I believe Gaster is on a separate layer of reality to basically everything else happening in the game, including whoever Man is. Like Man is someone totally different. Who could the way Man is kind of shaping up could also be a new blorbo on the level of Gaster to me.
Now that's interesting that you got a Man Gaster duality take because I think that I do think that the Forgotten Man and Gaster are very strongly connected. I have thus far refused to describe them as the same on this. Well,
I do not believe
program.
they're the same.
I almost wonder if the Forgotten Man is a reflection of Gaster or the Deltarune universe's version of Gaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, some possibilities there. But also, I am very much on team, like, I do not think that Gaster is the big bad of the narrative who's, like, calling people and, like, doing bad shit. I just don't think... That's just not fitting for me. I think that Gaster is the force that's trying to help you, the listener, get the good ending here.
I think Gaster's the narrator that has invited us in to try and just help like, you know, what's going on in this universe, basically.
Try my endings. Try my Deltarunes.
Try my Deltarunes. Please try them. I beg of you.
Yes. So yeah, I'm glad I remembered to ask the question of who was Phone.
Yeah.
All right, that's our Spamtonian episode.
Yeah. Oh, you know who would be really awesome if it was? Only because I'm the only person in the world invested in this. I hope it's Grillby, because where the fuck is Grillby?
Where the fuck is Grillby?
Where the fuck is Grillby? I'm asking this every single day of my life now. Where the fuck is Grillby? No one talks about Grillby. Grillby's whole name is like cut out of Sans' shop now.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? We need to be paying attention to the absence of Grillby.
It's true. I'm
telling you.
Where the hell is Grillby? It's conspicuous.
Like, come on, man. I want Grillby back. I want my guy back. I want him back. I know he only says like one word in Undertale, but come on.
Yeah. He's got newsletter stuff.
That's true. I'm saying this as someone who like ships Grillby and Gaster like religiously.
Huge brain.
And I can't. I literally have like no like.
You're on another level.
I'm on another level. I just see that, and I was just like, yeah, why not? And then I started reading fanfic, and I was just like, I could do something here. There's potential here. There's so much potential here. I'm not going to rant about Grillby and Gaster right now on your podcast. I would have to have an entire episode just for that. So I'm going to shut myself up now.
Yes, because the people are waiting now for the premiere. So tell me a little bit. Give me a little lead into this remix, and then we'll play it out.
So this remix, I don't exactly have a name yet. The working name is currently just knife.mp3, and I might actually go with that because I'm kind of sussing out a theme for the next album I'm going to do. My last album was basically a sound pack. It's called Cyber City Sound Pack. It was based off of like, what if you just found like this, or Spamton was selling you just like this CD of tunes. And you're just standing there like, is this like a real CD? Is this gonna have like viruses on it or something? Are you gonna like destroy my computer? No, it's just sounds. It's just music. I'm thinking about doing something similar with my next remix album. Except maybe with like some other format. I'm thinking maybe like a USB or something. Mm-hmm. But that's just kind of like the beginnings of like thoughts I have for this. Like I haven't made any other songs yet for this. I've kind of been like laying low with the Deltarune remixes ever since I did my remix album in 2023 and did your the theme song. So this is basically this song is basically what happens when you get an increase in your depression medications and actually can feel something for once. which I think might not be what you're looking for, but I realized that a lot of my problem, well, not my problems, a lot of things that were stopping me from making music for a little bit were because of my being terrified of taking the next step in trying to help myself. And when I finally did, I was just like, shit, man, I really needed to do that, and I'm very happy I did.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
this is
you.
not
That's the thing. You got to take that step. I mean, there's so many. Nobody's gonna live your life for you. You know.
yeah, and I know shit can be scary sometimes, and medication can definitely be scary, but like you gotta at some point you gotta like sit down and be like, what is the best thing for me to do right now? Like, what is the best thing for me living my life to make my life the best I can possibly do right now? And you gotta consider it, even if it's scary. I don't know. I don't know why I started talking about it like this. You want to play the song now? Go right ahead. I just that was like the first thing I thought of when I thought of like just talk about my song, because that's really what it's connected to.
Yeah.
It is just like my mental health, because I was going through such a freaking like bad like depression bout the past like 2 years, and this is basically my like triumph over it.
Well, thank you again for being the musician for this show, the musician for my previous show. You know, it's
You're very welcome. I love being a musician for this show. It's really fun.
And we'll play now knife.mp3. I'll talk to you in the outro after. Thanks for coming on, Goomy.
Yep. You're very welcome. I'll see y'all around.
Dreams like this forever. Hold your breath, it's just begun.
I'm fired the fuck up. You can check out grouperstrike.net. You can join the Discord. You can put comments on YouTube. I think you can put comments on Spotify and Apple Podcasts too, but I don't check that shit. See you next week for Green Room. See you in 2 weeks for our very special first episode of April. That's Survey Program. Bye.
Group Strike Amalgamated General Productions GmbH.